This is a short demonstration showing how to assemble a simple photovoltaic module. So we have the pieces of photovoltaic cell that we cut on the cell cutter. We have conductive tape, conductive aluminium foil tape. This has got an adhesive which has conductive particles inside for conducting the power. This forms the electrical contact tabbing from the cells. We have a card, a piece of normal card with the design for the module laid out on it. So we have the cell positions, and we have the route of the tabbing from the negative terminal to the positive terminal. We have double-sided adhesive tape to stick the cells onto the card, and we have a laminating pouch which forms a protective layer over the whole module and holds the cells in place and keeps the whole thing safe. That goes through a laminating machine right at the end and heats it up and melts the glue. So the first step is to prepare the tabs on each cell. We have the bus bars on the front and the back of the cell. Those need the aluminium foil tape as electrical connections on each side. So the first thing to do is cut a very thin strip of the aluminium tape. Try and get it to be roughly the same width as the bus bar. We could do this with a Stanley knife as well, it might be neater. And we remove, on the back of the tape is a paper backing which protects the adhesive. So we remove that, which is, I think, the most difficult part of the whole process. You need to have long nails. Okay, and we place that tab over the top of the bus bar, leaving a very small gap of about 2 or 3 millimeters at one end. So do the front side of the cell first. Try and get the tab to cover the bus bar quite neatly to avoid having any white showing, the bus bar showing. If there's white showing, it means you haven't made full use of the contact. Then we trim off the excess of the paper that covers the adhesive. So that's the front side done. Turn it over, cut another piece. Now, in commercial photovoltaic modules, the tabbing is done using a soldering iron and a hot melt solder tab. So it's a strip of copper with tin and other alloys on top of it to actually allow it to solder. Now this is an alternative method. It's slightly easier than soldering. It's supposed to be, except for removing the cover on the adhesive backing, which, there we go, done again. Now try not to touch the surface of the PV cell with sweaty fingers, because it leaves marks on, and sometimes the adhesive won't stick properly. So again, when I place this on the back, I'm leaving a small gap between the edge of the cell and the end of the tab. Now that's to prevent a short circuit between the two tabs. Obviously that would be a connection between positive and negative on one cell, and you'll have no power output if that happens. So it's quite important to make sure that there's no shorting there. Trim off the edge again. So if I just show you that in close up, hopefully that goes on the camera. We've got a tiny little gap there to prevent the shorting. We've got a piece of conductive foil tape. This is aluminium tape, basically, with a conductive adhesive on it, running along the bus bar, and a section at the end to make our connection with, and the same again on the other side. Small gap, run of tape, and a tabbing connection at the end. And in the next video clip, we'll show how to mount these onto the card to make the module.